So talking about more fucked up kids in
More
schools,
fucked up kids with God complexes.
The Umbrella Academy review.
Yes.
Hi. Welcome to spoilers. And the one thing
this spoilers. I'm not even gonna try.
So many spoilers.
So,
Clem, do you have any plans
to watch the Umbrella Academy? Okay.
Great.
I didn't think you did, but
so
it's actually a really good show.
Yes.
Amazing soundtracks.
Spoilers are ahead. If you haven't seen it by now, that is so that's the
If
one.
you haven't seen the first season by now, there's that second season just came out like 2 weeks ago, so like.
But that's what I was gonna say. Is that's the whole thing about streaming culture. Is like you have to watch it as soon as it comes out, or motherfuckers are spoiling it.
Which I was
like
really
a day
surprised
later.
I didn't see any spoilers about the Umbrella Academy.
But I see them too quickly sometimes. Like I was thinking about that today. The one. And I know not everybody likes Marvel, but let's talk about how everybody kept the secret about Endgame for months.
Okay, that shit was kept
months.
on lock.
Like the whole fan base and community said, you know what? Yeah, not everybody can see this film immediately.
Yeah.
We will wait 3 months before we start talking about it. Start posting about it.
I remember I saw it was the part 1. What was it called before?
Infinity Wars.
Infinity Wars. I saw that one, but like before I saw like a bunch of like the spoilers without context, and it was like the bubbles, like the butterfly, shit like that. And honestly, it was so obscurely out of context. I could not even like.
Wait, no, that was so funny.
It was so fucking out of context that like I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But like no one was spoiling anything, which thank God for.
Yeah, and same with Endgame too.
Yeah, so appreciate that. But anyway.
Yeah, but I think more of that should happen because that was very respectable. And
I think
was really
with things
cool.
that have like cult followings, it's more of an accepted like, hey, let's hold off for like a couple months until everyone's able to see it. So like small things like, I mean, I'm not saying Umbrella Academy is small, but like Netflix things where the whole series drops at once versus like big franchise movies that are dropped that are like have like sequels and stuff like that. It's more things that you are more likely to have to go out of your house to see are more likely to not have spoilers.
But that's the one thing I don't like about streaming culture. Like, there's some stuff I really can't get to quickly.
Yeah.
Or, like, I'm in the middle of something else, and then people are already posting about it. I'm like, hold your horses.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're about to spoil Umbrella Academy. This is your final warning. Hop the fuck off our potty. If you
Nope. Shutting it down here. Don't know if you've heard her say this before. I do not condone the use of potty in terms of referring to our podcast.
Pod.
Nope.
The pod.
I'll be more accepting of the pod.
Okay, but I've heard other people say that, so we just be copying them. The pode, like podega.
Nope.
I'm working on it.
I'm saying no to that.
I'm gonna find something
I like
acceptable.
podcasts. Anyways, Umbrella Academy Season 2. Let's go.
Finally.
And I'm gonna say I liked it a lot more than I thought I would like it.
Okay, so Umbrella Academy made me think second season about Mr. Brightside, the song. Because that first verse, you're like, yeah, gang, cool. Yeah. And then they repeat it a second time, and you're like, yes,
go the fuck off.
Still goes so hard.
So,
and that's what Umbrella Academy did.
It really is. The first season, honestly, the first 2 seasons are basically the same.
Yes. Like, when we watched the trailer, I said, are they really about to do the same shit again?
But the second season did it so much better. And I think someone pointed this out because I got on Tumblr, I went through the tag. Actually, I have some really fucking funny memes I'm going to show you about it. So I was just like, I was looking through it, and people were saying how, I guess something that people were complaining about how was Klaus didn't get as much screen time as he did in the first season versus second season. But I thought he got like
everybody got a good equal
But
amount.
someone pointed out that maybe it didn't feel like that because they gave a lot of the other characters more, not necessarily development, but like good liners and like good quality time on like the show versus like the first season, any of like the funny moments or like the like good like the quality moments were given to Klaus. Yeah, Klaus and Ben. Versus the second season, it was kind of, I felt like divided evenly among it.
Yeah, I think in the first season they already knew which characters were going to be people's favorites, so they already went ahead and favored them.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like way more equal. Also, just talking about the premise and the plot of the show again, that meme that you made on her Twitter is so funny. Y'all gotta see it. It's the Bernie Sanders, and it's like number 5 be like, I'm once again asking you to help save the world in 10 days.
But that's literally it. He's like, again, he goes back in time, he's like, well, fuck, turns out the apocalypse is in 5 days.
Yeah.
So gotta get on that.
Yeah.
But, okay, overall premise, it's summed up quick. Season 1 ended. Vanya kind of fucked the world up. Not her fault. She's a little traumatized, but kind of her fault.
It was I think we all almost ended world together. I think we all played
it was kind of Vanya.
It was kind of whole in Greek mythology. It's like the oracle's like, this is your fate. And then all the characters like, that's not our fate, and then they try and avoid fate, and then fate just happens.
Well, okay, the thing with Vanya is tragic. Like, in the first season, ultimately, yes. Did she bring the moon down to crash into Earth? Yes.
Possibly.
Yes, absolutely. But also, did her entire childhood traumatize her, and was she always treated, like, with the most, like, disrespect and, like, unimportant, told that she was unimportant, and so therefore she had, like, major issues that, like, kind of fucked her up? And was never able to learn how to control her powers.
Because they were always sedated.
Yes, absolutely. So, there's that. So first
and the fact that she got a real name and her siblings got number names.
The whole numbering thing, like numbering like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's
why what's his face, Monkey Man
Luther
and Diego got a whole beef with each other because Diego's always number 2 and Luther is 1. And Luther is like every super. So
I liked Luther a lot more during the second season.
Yes, because everybody's like, look, Monkey Man, sad.
I still rolled my eyes every fucking time he came on
the
screen.
Worst.
But what was I gonna say? Okay, so that was for season 1. Season 2 wrapped up quickly. Vanya ends the world. 5 saves them, sends them back in time to like roughly the 60s, and then finds out that the world is going to end again in 8 days because of the fact that they got sent back in time, so they fucked up the timeline type
brought
shit.
It with them.
Yeah, brought it with them, so they have to learn how to save that. And also they kind of got dropped off at different points in the 60s, so like I think Klaus was there for like
3 years or something.
3 years before everyone else got there. So
5 was the last one to show up.
Yeah, 5 was like 2 days before like everything like hit the fan.
It was 10.
Or 10 days, yeah. So there was that. And then what's her name? Allison got married. Which I really liked him. I thought it was really cute.
It was cute, but I was like, girl, you move.
But she was there for like...
She was there for 2 years, then they were married for a year. She really got over her throat problems very quickly when they did the flashback. Like, suddenly she can talk to the man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, okay.
That's not my business.
But, overall, I fucking loved, obviously, I loved Klaus.
Mm-hmm.
I just loved how they dealt with all the characters.
Yeah.
They made Diego fucking funny. Love that man. Man. Oh, my God.
Well, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, it's so attractive.
Mm-hmm.
But in the first season, he was like, I'm not going to say too, suave, but, like, they made him and Luther seem so different. And then in the second season, they're both the same in terms of they're both so fucking dumb.
And dramatic.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah, it's so what I like when TV shows start to see their characters from the audience's perspective, because you can write a character and think they're this way, but you can never actually know what your character's like until you know how your audience perceives them. And so I like when you can tell the writers kind of had a meta perspective, so then they kind of start to make fun of that, and I just like that awareness. And this season, the awareness is very much there. So Diego was always so broody and dramatic and just had to be the hero, so they really made fun of him for that.
Also,
what was his obsession?
What was his obsession with saving
Kennedy?
Oh my god, that was the entire thing, the entire season. I gotta save
Kennedy. When joke's on you, your brother killed Kennedy. It was actually your brother who did it, and he didn't actually want to tell you. I wish he knew. I wish he knew. And then at the end, in the last episode, when he's racing across trying to save Kennedy, still they finally they save Vanya. They keep her from causing the explosion that caused the end of the world again. And he's like, I got time to save Kennedy. I'm like, bitch, give it a rest. Why? Didn't get it.
It's because of his hero complex. I think they literally they call him out. He's got a hero complex. Luther's got daddy issues. I mean, they all have daddy issues, but one of the memes, actually, I'll show you.
Yes, I'm ready.
And to describe this, it's one of those, you know the format of, is this a blank?
Oh, the butterfly one.
Yeah, the butterfly one. So it's Luther, some old man, is this a father figure?
Yes, that's what he did with the gangster guy,
yes.
too. LOL.
And then, so some of the other ones I found.
He really did save him.
Yeah.
Cool.
So one of the other ones I found was,
it's the road sign.
It's the road sign, and
car's
the car swerving. And so it's keep going straight, stop the literal end of the world, and then swerve to the right. It's John Fitzgerald Kennedy and Diego, swerving to him.
Why?
I like this one a lot. It's 5. We can
if you're watching this, we'll put the memes on there. If you're listening, you can hear, we're trying to describe it.
I'm trying to describe it. But it's an Always Sunny in Philadelphia meme format. And so it says, how are 3 men in their 30s not have a single brain cell between them? And it's Diego, Klaus, and Luther saying, the timeline is in shambles.
I mean, yes.
Yes. Yeah. That's literally it.
Okay, even the actor who plays 5 in real life acts just like an old man.
He's so funny.
And he's 16, and he's just such an old man through and through.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay, so what I really wanted to talk about, now that we have had some time to think about it, is the fucking ending. The season finale.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about other nitpicky things.
Okay.
Because I think it would kind of, end up
finish it up. Okay.
Yeah. I wanted... Who's more excited about the topic?
I was going to say this theory that I thought of.
Oh, go.
Okay, so it concerns Klaus, because literally all I think about is Klaus. I fucking love him. He's clearly my favorite character. Is he
bi or is he gay? I think he's bi.
I think he's bi. I think it's said that he's bi. Actually, I think he might have said that he was pan in the first season. Okay, cool. But in terms of him just being like, I literally don't give a shit, that kind of stuff.
We love self-destructive queer men.
So I was thinking just about him and his character and how he's able to see the dead and all this shit. What if... Okay, so we know that their dad was scared of Vanya's power because it was too powerful and, he didn't know how to handle that, therefore he just suppressed it. What if with Klaus, he never, he saw his power, but he never actually taught him the full capability of it? So what if, Klaus himself could turn him into, a ghost, momentarily? What if Klaus could pass through objects if he, learned how to, and his dad, and he was able to do a lot more of this other shit, because turns out Ben can he can allow the dead to take possession of his body. He can see them, he can make them physical so they could fight, because we saw that at the beginning of the first season. So why would it not make sense for him to be able to turn himself into a quote-unquote ghost, kind of that blue shadowy thing that how he sees ghosts? And so what if someone was trying to shoot him and then he just made himself go ghost, so the bullet just passed through him?
I feel like he has a lot of potential with his powers for multiple reasons. Okay, so we saw at the very first episode of the second season, everybody's powers seems to be on X Games.
Leveled the fuck up.
But then obviously they never achieved that again later on in the season because they weren't they weren't in the war. So I think he's fully capable of that because he was able to also get Ben as a ghost to use his powers. So the only thing I would say about that though is I think the reason why Klaus hasn't leveled up and done all these things, which I also agree I think he's capable of, is because from the get-go we know he's very intimidated by his powers. He doesn't like them. He doesn't like that he can talk to ghosts and how that fucks with his head, and that's why he is an addict, because he tries to suppress that. So I think he's capable of a lot. It's just not
he doesn't want
with
to
his powers. And his constant rejection of them.
Also, and I saw some more of this during the second season, but, can the other siblings just care about him? Well,
they don't even really care about each other. They put this whole emphasis on family.
But they all see themselves as the main character. So therefore they're I have the issues. I need to be dealt with.
And so, but again, they've always, I think their attachment to each other has always been a source of survival. It's never actually been a source of family because they don't know what a real family and that sort of love is like.
I was about to be real pissed at the end of the season when Vanya was I gotta go save my girlfriend. And everyone was I'm gonna pass on that. I was gonna be so fucking mad.
Which we can talk about that in a second. I think the only people who have truly had that sense of bond and family is Ben and Klaus and Vanya and I
think Vanya and Klaus are pretty close. I think
but I would say her and Allison are way closer. I think that bond is more so there.
Talk about bonds with Allison and Luther.
Moving on, we don't need to talk about that.
Even Klaus called him out.
I know, the constant call
that was fucking funny.
Too good. the constant or whenever Vanya would do anything, they'd be like, please don't end the world again. That was hilarious.
That was funny. Allison was saying something about Luther, and she was like, well, technically, and Klaus was like, if you have to say technically, then it's fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
That's funny.
I know. That's why I don't think they're gonna really pursue it.
I hope not. Season. I really hope not. I think the writers probably saw enough of the backlash that happened in the first season. That they're like, let's not continue with this. It's weird. I don't like it.
The last thing I would like to say about Luther is initially he is very much like a lot of leaders of superhero teams, just super boring and bland, and their whole personality is being the leader. And my prime example of that is my least favorite superhero that if I could strangle because I hate the character so much, it would be Cyclops.
Oh, yeah.
I hate Cyclops, and that is for another episode and for me to really go on that rant. But their character is very similar, except in the second season, Luthor becomes redeemable because, again, he is just a big baby. They make fun of the fact that he is this big man who is such a little puppy.
Yeah.
He is a
I think when you start viewing his personality, like, viewing him as a whole in terms of an outcome of the trauma that he's experienced, that the way that he's this way...
sent to the moon.
When he literally got sent to the moon because his dad was like annoyed with him and like didn't want to hang out with him. Yeah. He got sent to the literal moon. Like when you start like thinking about it in terms of that, be like, oh, that's why he's so like has like a hero complex and like needs to have a purpose in terms of like leading a team.
Yeah,
it's because
he's literally number one.
Yeah, it's because he's always like had that like trauma and like had that like like that concept like attached to him. So when you think about it in terms like that, like he's still kind of annoying, but you're like, okay, like, I get it a little bit more.
Yeah.
There's something else I was gonna say. Say it. What?
Okay, so finally Vanya's gay, and I've been saying this is ever since Ellen Page came out. I don't believe her when she plays straight roles.
It's not
the fact
realistic.
that she almost ruined the world in the first season over a man, that was the least believable shit about the whole first season, was that she ruined the moon because of a serial killer man. Bullshit, we'll call that Stockholm, or maybe we'll just call that her first sign of affection.
What I'll say about that is, it's the, even though it was, like, really fucked up, like, in the way that it was her finally receiving attention that made her feel validated and gave her confidence. So, yes, it was because of a man, but it was because of the fact that he was giving her the confidence that she needed.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of stuff that they reminded us that happened, like, the way that she literally slit Allison's throat, that was fucked up.
Okay, but second season also had a gory plot twist. They like to do that.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is...
Well, because we talked about that a lot, was how, like, why did Vanya act like that in the first season? Well, I mean, like, once she couldn't control her powers, she was never given the opportunity to. Obviously, her siblings didn't react well. At all.
You could say that.
But we did end up saying we understand.
I understand her. It was really fucked up, everything she went through, but I understand it.
And I understand why her siblings acted that way.
Yeah, I see both sides. And then in the second... So something that I kind of, not necessarily had issue with, but kind of I just thought about and I picked up, was the fact how easily she seemed to become in control of her powers in the second season.
It's like that head trauma did something.
But I think it was because she lost her memories. It was like she didn't have any of that self-doubt or like the feeling inferior to any of them. She was able to literally just be herself. And then she figured out that she had the power. So it was kind of like not necessarily like if she was like young and like still figuring out, but she didn't have any of the like being told like you can't do this. You're not like them. Like you're normal. Like, so that was all taken away, so it was literally just her existing. Yeah. Plus, the fact that she was in a relatively good environment for, like, a couple months.
With her girlfriend and her adopted son.
We love Sissy. We stand Sissy in this house.
Yes, they're amazing.
Yeah. So they finally did that, and she got to have sex, so good for her.
Good for her.
That was a lot of fun.
Kill an abusive husband.
That's
Maybe
a fun
we're
thing.
Okay with that.
Right.
Yes, we were, because we kept chanting it.
Yes. Kill him. Kill him.
Don't judge. It's a TV show.
Yes.
It's a fantasy.
What else? There was something else I was going to point out.
Well, we can go ahead and talk about the ending, maybe.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about the ending.
Okay.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck? Okay, I don't even remember her name, but the antagonist...
Oh my god, I loved her.
She was the blonde, the white-haired lady. Love her.
What's
She's
her
amazing.
name? She was the bitch from Grey's Anatomy. She was Allison Shepherd.
Couldn't tell you. She's great in that show.
Yes.
Love her as the villain. That girl being her daughter. Plot twist.
Oh my god.
Also, she was hot, and her and Diego's relationship was for the bisexuals. I stand by that.
That was hot. That was
so
when
hot.
they were dancing, and she was like, "I'm gonna take the lead," and she like turned us.
Also, how can that woman look so greasy and yet so beautiful? Like, yes, girl, look like you just woke up. That's hot. Look her up. Are you looking her up? She's hot.
I love her, but then about halfway through the season when she went a little cuckoo, I was like,
yeah, where she was like...
Kate Walsh. I fuck with Kate Walsh. That's her.
Oh. Yeah. It's so weird to see her out of costume. Her outfits, especially in that last episode with her whole coronation thing.
Yeah.
Bomb.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, so she had her own entire show and like...
Wait, who was she in 13 Reasons Why?
She was the mom. No.
She was the mom?
No, she was the mom of, what's her name that killed herself?
Oh, she was.
Yeah. What was her name?
Doesn't matter. Different show review.
Wrong, bitch, no.
What's her name? Langford?
Walsh. Oh, Catherine Langford.
Yeah. We were just talking about her in a podcast.
Hannah Baker. She's the mom of Hannah Baker.
Oh, okay. Anyways.
Anyway.
So her dying, that was the gory plot twist. That was crazy. All of the people part of the company dying, that was crazy.
Okay, the fact that... What's her name? What was the name of the daughter?
I can't even remember.
The fact that she suddenly had powers.
And she had the rogue type powers.
Okay, but the fact that I called it, I told her, I was like, I bet they're gonna kill everyone and then have to somehow turn back time and like do whatever.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then she disappeared into the night, and then to find out that she was one of the babies.
Yeah, which brings us to the finale, which is the Umbrella Academy. The whole gang, they travel back forward in time.
Oh well, we lose Ben, which was heartbreaking.
I cried there.
That was so sad.
I fucking cried.
It was so sad. And then even going into the backstory,
he was like, "Can you hug me as I go?" I was like.
Oh my god, why would they do that? I told her it was like the whole like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
It was sad.
Just like that. I was like, how dare you? And Ben's the best. He's so... Okay, all the men in that show, except for the 16-year-old, I'm not fucking talking about him, he's minor, but all the men in that show...
So fine.
All the women... Oh my god, Ellen Page, if you're ever single, please come to my ass.
Yeah.
But he's so cute. I love him. And it was just like sad to see him go. And I was like, what the fuck? And then even when they went into the backstory about like why Klaus kept him around.
Which explains why he was like, one of the reasons why Klaus is so fucked up and like, I mean, amongst a bunch of other things, is he never had to say goodbye to Ben.
Yeah,
like,
while everybody else.
Well, everyone else, like, they mourned and, like, they went through their grieving. Mm-hmm. But, like, Klaus was like, he's right here. Like, he didn't have to go through it. And I think Vanya said something that I don't know was actually true or not, but she was, because Klaus had asked her if Ben had said anything to her, like before he went.
Oh, yeah.
And she said that Ben had told her that it wasn't Klaus that was keeping him there. It was he was afraid to pass on. Right. But I don't remember Ben saying that.
No, he was just basically. Well, he had said he might have implied business,
it. He might have implied it,
which was still like protecting them.
Yeah.
But God, also Vanya. Read her powers, the full extent of them, like comic book and the show. Bitch can do anything.
Literally anything.
Oh my god, no wonder we're all concerned about her maybe accidentally ruining her world.
Maybe she should, like, out of everyone on the show, she's the top priority to go see a therapist. Like,
it's scary. And, sorry, last thing, I just would like to say before we fully finish up with our finale talk. Yeah. The promos made the whole communism thing seem a lot worse than it really was. Like, wasn't a fan that was even a whole, like, oh, Soviets attack and that's how the world ends. But not as bad as Stranger Things.
Oh my god, yeah, that was straight up
crazy communist 180 in the third season. That was really weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Season finale.
So they travel back forward in time. They get to what they think is their house, whatever. They walk in. They see their dad there, who, plot twist, dad is alive. What? Oh, my God. And he's like, I've been, like, oh, like, you guys are back, or he said something. He
said, oh, I was
wondering when you guys would come back.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Show back up.
Would show up again or something like that. And then it pans to, like, this giant portrait of Ben, and everyone's like, the fuck is up with that?
Because 5 used to be up there.
Yeah, it used to be 5, and now it's Ben. And they're all like, what? And then Ben comes in. Yeah. Like, alive.
But scarred up, and he had an eye patch, right?
I don't think he had an eye patch, but he looked like a little scruffy.
Oh, he had a mustache.
He had a mustache. I didn't really like that.
Keep it clean.
But yeah, he had like a scar, and he was looking a little rough. And then there's like it was like 5 other people appear behind him, but you only see the outline.
Yeah.
And I don't think anything else is said.
Well, no, they were like, what happened to the Umbrella Academy? And then Professor, they call him Professor, right?
Yeah,
They were like, Professor Hargraves was then like, what do you mean Umbrella Academy? It's the Sparrow Academy. And that's when they did the pan.
And actually, I saw this thing that someone had pointed out that throughout the entire season, there had been tiny, like, little, like, Easter eggs of, like, sparrows and, like, scenes and stuff. So, that's MT.
Huh.
But, so that whole thing. And so, what the fuck was up with that?
I don't know. I did find it interesting how in the second season, we got to learn more about Dad and his backstory and, like, how...
He's a fucking alien? Remember, he literally...
Yes! Oh my god, yes! Wait, that didn't really get talked about.
That should be talked about. Clem, he literally peels his face off, and it's a fucking alien. Out of nowhere.
That didn't get explained,
because there was, like, the whole secretist society that he's in, and they're like, we know your secret. And then he like, unzips the back of his head.
Yeah, we
pulls
did
it off. And he's an alien.
He's a lizard person.
He's a lizard.
I guess we'll get to that in the third season.
And my question is,
oh my God,
has he always been an alien? Is that actually him?
Yeah, well, then we found out his whole issues with his girlfriend and how he made her the robot mom.
But they didn't explain why they did that, though.
I guess, because, like, we don't know how she died, because clearly she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting. Maybe we will in the third season. Then Pogo, we got his backstory, which that was interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, real quick. Cool scenes, by the way. 5 just fucking killing the whole, like, head of the agency.
Yeah, that was cool.
Brutal, but damn, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Anyways, back to that ending.
Yeah.
What the fuck? My thing is, I think the Shadows are kids, so I almost wonder if, like, he did create the Umbrella Academy and they're just the second rendition, because they still... fuck our neighbors. They probably hear that. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, because, like, he kind of ended it with the Umbrella Academy because he felt like they failed. Yeah. Everybody kind of did their own thing in the end. They gave themselves their own names. Yeah. You know, so, like, did he just continue the program and created another?
What I think maybe happened is that, so the time they went out on the mission, which resulted in Ben dying, what if instead of Ben dying, everyone else died and it was just Ben left? Yeah. And then that leaves him to try and find, and he, for some reason, instead of thinking that it's a failure, he thinks that he can, like, save this, and so he goes out and he finds the other kids, because we learn that there are other kids with powers. Yeah. And so he finds the other kids, and so that explains why Ben has the scar. Yeah. And he does, like, older, like, he looks like the same age as, like, everyone else. Yeah. And so it's him and other kids. But he looks a little evil, that's the thing.
Yeah. So my other theory, though, too, is, like, when they did meet the professor, he actually ended up hating the Umbrella Academy so much, he said, fuck them. Yeah. And then just had nothing to do with them and never actually picked any of the kids out. Yeah. Because he just wanted to avoid that. Yeah. My last theory is they actually pushed back, 93, when the wave happened and all the kids got powers, and because they fucked up the timeline, that actually happened later in the early 2000s.
I wonder if they're going to explain did they ever explain what happened to cause the kids to have powers, or if it's just, like, they have powers?
It was in the first episode. It was, like, just, like, something, I can't specifically remember what happened, but something happened. Okay. It was, like, some kind of oddity that, like, caused all these women to, like, quickly become pregnant and have kids.
like overnight.
On the same day. Okay. It was like October 1st, they all had kids.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that was the other thing. They're all fucking Libras. Which explains so much. So much.
Yeah.
Anyways, I digress.
Anyways.
You can't have a room full of Libras. Okay, yeah, well,
I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, that's it.
Any other takeaways?
I don't think so.
We almost summarized it and just... Okay, alright, so if you were to rate this season, just as itself...
Okay, like, not compared to the first season? I would give it, like, 8 out of 10.
I'd have to agree. Now, compared to this first season.
Compared to the first season, probably, like... I would give the first season maybe, like, a 7 out of 10. Mm-hmm. And then the second season, I'd probably keep it at an 8 out of 10.
I'd bump it down, like 1 or 2.
The second season?
I definitely liked the first season more.
I liked the first season more because they had more fun music montages.
True.
I feel like they're kind of trying to, like, the few that they did have this season, they were trying to, like, push it a little.
Yeah, sometimes the music was a little weird. It was almost too many covers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did like the Swedes. That was cool. Glad they never talked. The Swedes.
Oh, yeah, that was really cool.
Glad they never talked.
I liked them a lot.
Yeah, it was great.
I like that Allison made him kill his brother, and then he was like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Allison was great in this season, too, and her whole husband. I was glad her husband was like, gang.
Yeah. Yeah, he was with it.
That was cool. Yeah. Yeah, and then when he ended up being like, you know what, I'm going to stay.
Yeah. He's like, I still have, like, a fight to fight. Like, I need to be here.
My only critique is why she's not more pressed about her daughter.
Yeah, they only mentioned her daughter once, which I completely forgot that she had a child.
And then when she got back into our time, she was like, I should go find my daughter. And then everybody's like,
she's like, you mean
take a drink first? Yeah. And I was like, go get your kid, bitch. Yeah. Like, she's alive now. Yeah. You're back in our time. Back in 2019 or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, anyways.
Anyway, I think that about covers it.
I think so.